Hey, what's up, guys? It's Networking. We're back with another video, and today we're talking about the subject of debt buying, and this is going to be the mastery, the ultimate system for streamlined success. This video is educational purposes only, guys. If you want to hit us on the Discord, hit us at the network team on Discord, and if you want to hit us on Telegram, hit us at the network, the network orders on Telegram, and the links for those are in the description. But I know a lot of people are like, "Why you keep talking about this debt buying stuff, and what does this have to do with anything?" And this has to do with everything, guys. This is basically like the key to making credit files the best files that they possibly can be by reassigning primary trade lines to your credit file. So you definitely need to pay attention to these videos. Your step-by-step guide to buying debt, reporting paid accounts, and building a powerful business. Welcome to the game, the Debt Power Play. You've got the blueprint for a profitable debt buying business right here. So now it's the time to build a system that makes your process smooth, fast, and unstoppable. Like I've been talking about this, guys, in the previous videos, how you set up the foundation and everything like that. So we're going to just go into more detail here in this video. So think of this like building a high-performance sports car. Every system is a key component, from the engine, debt acquisition, to the brakes, dispute management, to the turbo boost, consumer credit reassignment. So if you don't know what this stuff means, and I'll explain it really quickly. So debt acquisition is basically buying a debt portfolio. Debt portfolio is going to be something that allows you to be able to have some debt to reassign. So it's a lot of people would call it zombie debt. When they had a zombie debt portfolio, they would reassign that zombie debt to an actual credit profile. And when they reassigned that to a credit profile, as a paid off debt, it would report to that credit profile as a paid off credit file. So whatever it may be, it could be an auto loan or credit card or whatever that actual debt portfolio is made up of. Even payday loans, all types of things could be used from in zombie debt perspective, and it could be reassigned as paid off and then reassigned to a new credit file and post to that credit file as a primary credit source. So that is going to boost your credit profile to maximum levels, because the more primary files you have on your profile is the more credit that you get approved for. So primary on your actual credit profile right now would be something like a car loan or an actual loan in itself or a credit card. Those are all primary trade lines, and these would be able to be primary trade lines in itself reassigned to your credit file. Keep in mind, these videos are educational purposes only, guys. And dispute management is more so for people who are starting their own debt buying companies. You have to have a dispute management process to prove to the data furnishers, which is basically Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. You have to have a dispute management process policy that you present to them, so they know that you can process disputes if something goes wrong with any reassignment or any debt that you handle in general. So the turbo boost consumer credit reassignments, that's what we just talked about, and that's the whole gist of the video, is reassigning the debt portfolios to paid off primary credit lines. So get this system right and you'll operate like a debt buying machine, precise, powerful, and profitable. So phase one, laying the foundation, your business pit stop. So before hitting the gas, you need to tune your systems for speed and efficiency. So step one, compliance garage. You wouldn't drive without seatbelts, so you don't run businesses without strong compliance policies. And this is basically something that you have to get approved, once again, for the data furnishing. There is an application for that, and that is going to ask you for your policies. So create written policies for debt portfolio evaluation, how you analyze portfolios before purchasing, consumer consent collection for reassigning paid debts, credit reporting, dispute handling, like we talked about just in the page before, to meet FCRA standards. And this is stuff that the data furnishers are going to ask you about. Step two, you want a document storage toolbox. A cluttered workspace slows you down, so get organized. So use digital storage like Google Drive, Dropbox, OneDrive. These all can store your information organized by portfolio name, purchase date, subfolders for bill of sale, chain of title, account level documentation, consumer consent forms. Consumer consent forms are going to be used for when you're reassigning the debt. You need to make sure that you get the consumer consent to reassign the debt to their credit profile. And then you're also going to need a reassignment contract, but we'll talk about that later on down the line. But this is just organization. So the portfolio is going to be your debt portfolio, and you need to know when you purchased it. And you need to make sure that you have subfolders for the bill of sale of that debt portfolio and the chain of title. The bill of sale is basically a receipt, and chain of title is how many other people own that actual debt portfolio. And if you don't have these things with that debt portfolio, then that debt portfolio is possibly not an actual legitimate debt portfolio that you need to be purchasing. Phase two, so buying debt portfolios, the treasure hunt. This is where you hunt for valuable debt portfolios, the hidden gems that can build your empire. So step one, you want to find a trusted seller. So you can start with reputable sellers like DebtX, Encore Capital Group, Crown Asset Management, and I'm going to work with these companies directly just to give you guys an example of how this process works. But we're going to get through the basics first, so I got to hammer this in your head, guys. I know you're probably like, you're making a lot of videos about this, but this is going to be the key to making profiles work how you need them to work, to do more things that actually make sense on your credit profiles. Like people want to get approved for $20,000, $30,000 credit cards. You don't want to just get approved for $1,000, $2,000 credit cards, and you can't get approved for these things as easily if you don't have primaries on your file. Now, there is ways to do this, and there is ways to get around this, but the way to get straight to the business is going to have good, hefty, healthy primaries on your credit profile, and we're going to be able to help you do this. And once again, if you guys are interested in learning how to start your own debt buying company so you can reassign the debt, so you can start making your own primary trade lines, then you can contact me directly in the link below for mentorship. Mentorship is obviously a fee, but it will help you out more than anything, guys, because I'm teaching you how to do this, how to start up this company, also how to build your files out, how to add AU trade lines. I'll show you a source where you can get unlimited authorized user trade lines. I can show you sources on how to put everything together, and much more. But we'll talk about that along the lines once it's relevant. So step 2, the fraud filter, verifying portfolio. So before you commit to a purchase, you must confirm that the portfolio is legitimate. So ask for a bill of sale, proof the debt is legally yours, chain of title, a clean ownership trail, no gaps or shady transfers, account level documentation, original creditor details, account numbers, and balances. So that's what account level documentation is, just the original creditor details, account numbers, and the balances. So spot the red flags and hit the brakes. So if you see time barred debts, expired statute of limitations, if you're not looking for something like a zombie debt, that's for people who are looking for something more recent. Incomplete documentation, for sure. You always want to look at that. If that's incomplete documentation, you don't want that. Accounts marked as fraudulent, you definitely don't want those either, because those are just accounts that are going to give you trouble in general just from them existing, because they already came to you with problems. So step 3, lock in the deal. So when you find a good portfolio, finalize the purchase with a debt purchase agreement that includes refund replacement clause for invalid accounts, warranties of validity from the seller. Now you got your first batch of accounts. So now you got to get these accounts processed. So you want to make sure that everything is good to go, your purchase agreement, and make sure that you have a replacement clause, and make sure that you have a warranty from the seller. If somebody agrees to all of these check marks, then they're definitely a legitimate person to work with. And also you want to just check with the RMAI and see if they work with them as well, because if they are certified by them, then they're definitely most likely legitimate. And then you just go to phase 3, portfolio data entry, organized for efficiency. So now that you've got your accounts in hand, and it's time to clean up and organize your data like a pro. So step 1, data cleaning process. So import the debt portfolio into your CRM system like a HubSpot, Zoho, or Salesforce, and then use Excel or Google Sheets to correct formatting errors, standardize names, dates, and balances, flag accounts for special handling, disputes, or fraud claims. You want to make sure that you separate those accounts. Just make sure that everything is in the right order, and then you want to assign debt status labels. So for tracking, assign these labels to every account: unresolved, collection ongoing, paid in full, ready for reassignment, settled, close account. Phase 4, contacting consumers, securing consent the smart way. So to reassign debts and report them positively to credit bureaus, you need the consumer's consent. And here's how to do it right. So step 1, identify consumers for positive reporting. So filter your CRM for recently paid accounts, clean histories, and few disputes, positive payment patterns, and then reach out to consumers. So you reach out to the consumers. Right now, we're talking to consumers right now. So you guys would be people that we would want to help out with the primary trade line. So then you provide your debt reporting consent agreement that includes clear language confirming that the debt is already resolved, being reported positively, and includes a signature requirement and no exceptions. So step 3, track all agreements. So use e-signature tools like DocuSign, PandaDoc, Sign Now. DocuSign is what we usually use when we're helping someone reassign some debt over to their credit profile. And then we store each signed form in document management system for easy access. So phase 5, reporting paid debts, the power play. So this is where the debt is starting to get reported as a primary line. So now it's time to flex your credit bureau powers. So prepare your Metro 2 file. So use your Metro 2 software to create data entries for each paid off debt. Label it paid, previously resolved, settled, closed account, satisfied, positive reference only. In this case, let's say paid. Include the original debt date to avoid re-aging. Re-aging just means that you're making the debt seem new. You don't want to make it seem new because that's against the rules. So you want to just make sure that you keep the history on it in regards to the age. The date paid, a comment notation confirming the account was previously resolved, and then submit data using secure file transfer protocol. So submit monthly reports to Equifax, Experian, TransUnion. And then you want to handle disputes like a pro. That's just part of the process of having a debt buying company. But we're not going to talk about the disputes right now, because this is just something that is kind of far down the line. And it's also something that only happens if you have a dispute. It doesn't happen every time. It only happens if you have it. So I have the information up here for you. You want to just verify the consumer's claim, cross-reference your portfolio records, respond within 30 days, log every dispute resolution in your CRM system, and then ongoing maintenance. So stay sharp. A well-maintained system keeps your business running efficiently. Monthly audit checklist. Review new debt purchase for errors. Confirm all Metro 2 submissions are accurate. Ensure all consumers' consent forms properly stored. So that's pretty much a quick run through of the process, guys. And we're going to get into more detail. So if you have any more questions, just ask us below in the comments, and we'll answer any of your questions. Anything in regards to mentorship, or if you want this full study guide, if you want the full study guide for the whole debt buying setup, how you set up the company, how you actually get approved through the data furnisher, how do you get Metro 2 system, how are you able to make changes on a credit bureau and stuff like that. If you have any questions like that, the full study guide will help you out with that. If you're interested in that, just message us below. We can get that to you. If you need any help with CPNs, anything like that, trade lines, just you can send us a question in the description below through the Discord or the Telegram. And make sure you click like and subscribe on the video. Leave a comment if any questions, and we can answer those in the comments as well. And we'll see you on the next one, guys.